So my name is Jordan Madison. I'm the current Director of Communications for HackGT and a third-year computer science major at Georgia Tech. And pretty much, I'm one of the people who organized Catalyst, our high school day of learn-a-thon. So pretty much it's a STEAM-focused event where pretty much we expose students to the myriad of different subparts of actually computer science. So we have an art track, we have a hardware track, and also we have a development track as well. And, for me, the greatest experience so far probably was the talks, honestly. The panels was super cool. The fact that I was able to actually interact with the students and also at the same time to see the students to just lay out questions that have been on their mind the whole entire afternoon.
So to be able to come down here, expose what Facebook is, not just from the end user perspective, but having some software engineers to talk about some of their research and some of the projects they're working on, I think it was impactful. I think they enjoyed it, and I think it's something that's going to resonate them for some time. Diversity is now. This is the time where people are really trying to take a keen look. Women, African American, Latino, these aren't taboo words anymore. We want us to kind of be involved and engaged, and not just in some of the other fields, but some of the very heavily technical fields. We want to have that diversity of thought, especially at a place like Facebook. And hopefully 10 years down the line, while it might be a smaller percentage now, it'll be a much larger percentage in the next 10 years.
So we wanted Catalyst to be kind of that factor, that catalyst into getting that one person from a underprivileged background to start thinking about programming and get into computer science in college. One reason why HackGT does this is because we want to give back to our community. Atlanta is home to many, many high school students who don't have as many resources as the average American does. There's very little representation of underrepresented groups such as African Americans, Latinos, women in general in the STEM field, and we want to help close that gap by creating a pipeline from high schools into college and eventually into these workforces.
It's important that we get people interested in STEM because STEM is, as we move into the 21st century and beyond, it's a more and more important. STEM, computer science especially, has infiltrated and become important in basically everything that you do all day.
The thing that I really want to get most out of the Catalyst event, getting closer to knowing what I want to do. So I was able to come and look at HTML and Python as far as coding goes, and I was also able to get a look at we did some Khan Academy stuff with web design and just making art and things like that. But I was also able to see a few ideas of what they do in hardware. And so being able to see all that really helped me to know what I like, what I have an affinity for, and allowed me to, aided me in that process deciding what I really want to do, making my decision.
I'm most excited about learning about game development, art and design, and a bunch of stuff that has to do with coding so I can expand my knowledge and have a better understanding of it. Well, I'm just really interested because, it really intrigues me, and not a lot of opportunities like this seem to, interest me like this. So I'm hoping that I can get more into it and be more engaged in it.
The most exciting thing about Catalyst is that you make things and you learn how to make them, and then you able to take them home to further advance them so that you have a memory from Catalyst, and you also learn things that you can use in life. I'm interested in STEAM because I love to code, and I love programming and making things and making video games and making different things with code. So I like coding, so that's why I like computer science.
By the end of Catalyst, I'd probably just want to be more exposed to different things. So last year, we did a bunch of coding and stuff of those sorts. So getting more familiar with things and making myself more of a well-versed candidate when applying to colleges. If I could do anything in STEAM, I'd probably make the next big thing, whether it be in terms of a building or some sort of technology as a phone or a tablet.
I kind of love seeing the genuine reactions on kids' faces when they're exploring new exciting topics, when they're kind of touching a breadboard for the first time and putting something together, and also kind of just realizing wow, I can start small, I can start with this little project, and this could turn into my career if I'm interested in it. And there's so many mentors here, and we've got great sponsors to kind of spark that.
So the biggest thing for us is all about empowerment. It's all about how can we open the door for these prospective students to say, hey, you can actually be the one, to actually be a part of these life-changing moments. You can be the one on the front of Time, Time magazine saying, hey, I changed the world. The interdisciplinary nature and also the combination of all the topics and end up making something really beautiful. And so we're all just trying to help these people make something really beautiful.